As the first day of my quest dawns, I realize that this is more than just a journey through the city. It's like a journey through time. It may have only taken me an hour to travel the 50 miles south to Orange County, but I seem to have traveled back in time more than 50 years. Wow. This must be the Shifters. The Shifters are a close-knit, hardcore car club who not only drive the cars of the era, but live their lives as if stuck in a time warp.
The 1950s was just an era that was just so cool. Rock and roll was fresh, and that whole baby boomer generation, it was just a really bitchin' time in American history.
You guys live your life basically in the 50s?
Every day, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Is this a hobby? Is it a lifestyle? Is it a culture?
All of it. Music, you know, old homes, everything. So it really is a lifestyle for us.
Basically, yeah, it's an old, like, simple lifestyle in a way.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, you got your basic new amenities and stuff, but most of it's like true roots of living. You know, easy. You know, work hard, have a car, just love what you do.
And what these boys love to do is drive their cars, drink beer, yeah, baby, and tear up tires. They've gained a reputation as the bad boys of the LA car scene. But to them, this is all just a part of what it means to be a shifter.
That's burning rubber right there.
A lot of people look at the Shifters from the outside in and say these guys are a bunch of beer-drinking, rowdy, cussing, hell-raising hot rodders.
Look at the full moon!
But to us, we're just a bunch of traditionalists that dig old music and old cars and just an older way of living.
Well, I don't think this way of life is for me. I am beginning to get it. I wonder what they'll make of my 2005 convertible. Now, don't get me wrong. It's no hot rod, but the Stang gets her done.
Is that a car?
Is it all about hot rods, or is it just about the love of cars, building your own, putting your time and your effort and your soul into it, and then it being basically an extension of you?
Yeah, basically that's it. I could see you in a muscle car of some sort.
Yeah?
Yeah, like a 65 GTO.
These cars are gnarly. I mean, they're you can tell they put some work into them, you know, like, I mean, they're different than kind of what I've seen. Some guys don't want you to touch their car because it's too clean and they gotta wipe all the fingerprints off, you know? And you got the guys that are, you know, a little more old school and the paint job is not what it's all about. It's more about the engine and the car itself.
When we started going to these old fogey type of car shows,
right,
we'd pull in with a dozen traditional hot rods with, you know, 20-something-year-old guys driving behind the wheel, all dressed in 50s attire. Nobody had seen anything like that. Some people loved it, other people hated it, and
yeah,
other people just thought, did they find these cars in a barn somewhere? Because they look so period perfect. In the 80s and early 90s, guys were taking these street rods and just grafting all kinds of garbage on them and billet aluminum and painting them just these god-awful colors like neon greens and peaches and these vibrant weird colors.
Right.
And we just knew even back then, that's not cool at all, man. Have these guys forgotten their roots? What's up with this? There's a lot of like hoity-toity car clubs out there that only take their cars out to, you know, the New Year's Eve parade and let them sit back in their garages until the next year, but we're not about that. We drive the piss out of these cars and we just have fun. We're in it for all the right reasons, and it's the real deal. What you see is what you get.
Hanging with the Shifters has made me realize that I want something a little more polished. And they don't come much more polished than this, baby. This bad boy hot rod is just one of the many owned by entrepreneur Bruce Meyer. Bruce started life bussing tables and parking cars in Hollywood in the 1950s.
I have been a car guy from birth. In the old days, mothers used to have these little books, keepsake books with a little clip of your hair.
Okay.
So my mother wrote in under mother's first observation, Bruce loves anything with wheels. And it's never changed. I mean,
really?
It's like a mutant gene. I've just been a car guy my whole life. We got a couple tucked away.
Bruce has promised to show me a couple more cars of his he keeps out back. But this garage doesn't look very big, so I hope he's not just blowing smoke. Oh, stop it. Bruce, are you kidding me? This isn't a two-car garage. Nice. This garage is more like a museum, and his enthusiasm for these works of automotive art is infectious.
I feel that hot rodding is an American art form, like baseball, like jazz. Rossi, I know how much you love horsepower.
I do. Hey, power and noise and speed, that's my game.
This is it.
This is all about racing. This thing's serious.
Yeah, this is a serious car. Now, my favorite types of automobiles are American cars, and this is a real significant American car. This was the first Corvette to ever run the 24 Hours of Le Mans. And,
This is the first one.
This is it. And the 24 Hours of Le Mans is like the Super Bowl, Olympic Games. It's the big kahuna of car races. This is what they call the Little Deuce Coupe.
This is the Little Deuce Coupe. Beach Boys made this famous with a song, right?
Yep, this was my dream car when I was a kid growing up. And,
Really?
And I never had the money, so as they often say, you're never too old to have a happy childhood.
Which you're clearly a happy child.
Yeah, I am. This is what we call an elegant car in the old days of Hollywood. This was Clark Gable's car. I bought
This actual car?
This very car I bought from his widow. When he passed away, she put it in storage, so the car is almost completely original. Let me show you this. You'll get a kick out of this. The fitted luggage, you know. Rossi's got to have a change of clothes, you know.
Unbelievable. Oh. Here we go, ladies. Pile in. Wow. You point me to the Beverly Hills Hotel?
This is you know that?
Let's not kid anybody. I'm not that sophisticated. I'm a good old Southern, love power, love speed, and love flash. You know what I mean? This is too much for me. It's too fancy. I'm not that fancy. You know, I mean, you're champagne and caviar, I'm six-packing a pizza. You know what I'm saying? Look, what's your favorite car? What car do you think is you the most?
I guess if it came down to one car, I'd have a real problem. It's like kids, you know?
You just love the whole, you love them all.
I love them all.
I love them all too, Bruce, but I think this 1932 Highboy Roadster does it for me.
Yes, sir. Don't scare me.
And I really cannot resist one more cruise through the neighborhood. Cruising at 1932 Hot Rod. Wow. Thank you for this. This is awesome. After the break, have I finally found the car of my dreams? I kind of fancy myself as a cougar. And I learned that car restoring can leave a nasty taste in your mouth. I could die at any point. Today, my journey through LA's car culture has reached a critical point, and I've arrived at a place that can truly be described as car heaven. But this place is not all automotive death and